Good morning, dear children. We will continue chapter number 8 of physics. The name of the chapter is motion. Today we will learn about the graphical representation of motion. For graphical representation of motion, we need to learn about distance time graphs and velocity time graphs. Distance time graphs are the graphs between distance and time when distance is taken along y-axis and time is taken along x-axis, whereas velocity time graph is such a graph in which velocity is taken along y-axis and time is taken along x-axis. We have two types of distance time graphs. First, for a body moving with uniform speed, and second, for a body moving with non-uniform speed. So as it is clear from the graph here, the distance time graph for a body moving with uniform speed is a straight line. So it is a linear shaped graph. And why it is a linear shaped graph? Because in case of uniform speed, the body travels equal distances in equal intervals of time. We can also determine the speed of the body from the distance time graph. For finding the speed of the body from distance time graph, we need to find the slope of the graph line. Now, how to find the slope of graph line? For this, we are to mark any 2 points on the graph line. A and B are 2 points which are marked on the graph line. From point A and B, draw perpendiculars on x-axis as well as on y-axis. Then we complete this triangle ACB. Now slope of graph line is equal to BC divided by AC. BC is perpendicular and this is equal to S2 minus S1. As you can see here, S2 minus S1 and BC, they are the same. And similarly AC, the base, that is equal to T2 minus T1. So from there we can write that speed is equal to S2 minus S1 divided by T2 minus T1. Now what is this S2 minus S1? S2 is 20, S1 it is 10. So S2 minus S1 will be 20 minus 10. This will be 10 meters. And what is T2 minus T1? T2 will be 10, T1 is 5. So their difference will be 5 seconds. So what do we have? Speed is equal to 10 upon 5. It is 2 meters per second. So this is how we can calculate speed for a body moving with uniform speed. Second type of graph is the distance time graph for non-uniform motion. It is a non-linear graph because in non-uniform speed, the body travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time. And as the speed is non-uniform, speed is not constant. So from this graph, we cannot calculate the speed of the body because it is changing again and again. So speed cannot be calculated as we were able to calculate in the previous graph. Next we have velocity time graph. So we have three types of velocity time graphs in our syllabus. First, velocity time graph for a body moving with uniform velocity. Second, velocity time graph for a body moving with uniform acceleration. And third, the graph for uniformly decelerated motion and the graph for non-uniform acceleration. So we have almost 3-4 types of graphs here. So let us start from the velocity time graph for a body moving with uniform velocity. Now uniform velocity means velocity remains same. As it is clear from the graph, the time is changing. The time is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 hours, but the velocity remains same. The velocity is 20 km per hour. You can see here, this is the graph line. It's a straight line parallel to x-axis. So the graph for a body which is moving with uniform velocity, it is a straight line parallel to x-axis, and from this graph we can calculate the distance traveled by the body. Now let us calculate the distance traveled by the body between 2 points A and B. So here we have point A and here we have point B. So we are to calculate the distance traveled between these 2 points. So here we have a rule here that you are to remember, that the distance traveled is equal to area under the graph. So this is AB, that's a graph line. So the area under the graph, you can see this is the area under the graph. Now see the arrow that I am moving, that's the area under the graph. So what is its shape? Its shape is like that of rectangle. So actually we will be calculating the area of rectangle ABDC. So we'll calculate the area and that will tell us the distance traveled. So distance traveled, it is area, and area is given by AC into CD. You can see here it is AC and this is CD. Length into breadth, AC into CD. Now AC is equal to 20 km per hour, and CD is 10 km per hour. So we have 20 km per hour into 10 hour. So we are getting 200 kilometers. So this is how we can calculate the distance traveled with the help of graph. Distance traveled can be calculated from velocity time graph by finding the area under the graph. Next, let us draw a graph whose velocity is increasing with time. Now this graph is a straight line having an increasing slope because the velocity is increasing and it is increasing by equal amounts within equal intervals of time. So that's a straight line again, but now this straight line is making certain angle with x-axis. So this graph line is inclined to x-axis. Now from this graph also we can calculate the distance traveled. Let us calculate the distance traveled by a body between the points A and point E. So from point A and from point E, you draw perpendiculars and then find the area under the graph. Let us see the shape that we are getting here. The shape is that of trapezium. A, E, C and B here. That's a trapezium. Or you can see it again. I'm again showing it. It is A, E, D, C, B. So that's a trapezium. So this trapezium can be divided in two parts. One is this rectangle. The rectangle is ABCD. Another is this triangle. The triangle is ADE. So if we add the areas of these two shapes, then we'll find out the distance traveled. So let us write the area of rectangle. The area of rectangle is AB into BC. See here, this is AB and here it is BC. So again we have length into breadth. So AB into BC. AB into BC will be 10 into 20. AB is 10. Now see here carefully. AB is 10 and BC will be 20. So it is 10 into 20 plus half into base into height. This is triangle, half into base into height. The base will be 20. Look here, AD is 20. And the height ED, that is also 20. Here E point is 30 and this point D is at 10. So 30 minus 10, it is 20 meter per second. So half into 20 into 20. So upon solving we get 200 plus 200, we are getting 400 meters. So this is how we calculate the area under the graph, and that area gives us the distance covered. Now third type of graph is for the uniformly decelerated motion. In this type of motion, the velocity goes on decreasing at a constant rate. So retardation is constant, so that is why it is a straight line again, but it is having a decreasing slope. You can see here, in the beginning the velocity was more, it is 30 meter per second, but in the end of the motion the body is just coming to rest. In the end of the motion, that is at 20 seconds, the body is coming to rest. So this is how the graph line is there. And then for the non-uniform acceleration, for non-uniform acceleration, the velocity keeps on changing. It increases, then it decreases, again increases, then decreases. So you can see a zigzag line for the graph that you can see from here. The graph is having the shape of a zigzag line. So it is not a linear graph, and it doesn't have any particular shape because the velocity keeps on decreasing and increasing again and again. So this is how we can understand about different types of graphs.